Hi, I'm Eli Prinsen from hybridvocaltechnique.com. Today's video, I'm going to show you a couple things concerning the tongue, the shape of the mouth, and how to get away from the bad habit of a rising tongue, and how by doing this specific exercise, I can actually lead you into a better open throat configuration, and this will actually help with some very interesting things. And I got a fun little thing I'm going to do with it at the end of this video, so stick around. If you like the content and you enjoy it, please hit like, please subscribe. If you're interested in vocal training, check out all the links in the description box below, and let's get to it. Okay, so a lot of people will say, Eli, all right, almost every video I've ever seen of you singing, every thumbnail from your YouTube videos, everything, you always have this heavy metal face, or this almost angry looking, screaming, Joker looking face. And what they're talking about is this. Okay? Well, it's not that I'm trying to look angry. I'm not trying to look cool or anything like that. This is an actual technique, okay? This assists, this is an old classical technique. It's not rock technique, okay? This is a technique, some coaches might call this lift with a smile. It does, you don't necessarily have to squint your eyes. I do that because it makes it even easier for me, okay? But basically, this is just a smile, like a grin, all right? You're able to see the canines, the fangs, right? Like Dracula. And then what would Dracula do? Or a cat, right? So when I do this, the cheeks are lifted up. Inside the mouth, in the back, the soft palate comes up a little bit. Not too much to where you sound like, the old man singing in church, oh, but enough to where it's enough to where it will start to open the throat, okay? So the smile gets that going as you inhale. I teach inhaling through the nose as much as possible. Of course, there are situations where you either can't breathe through your nose, or you're running around and you don't have time to get a full breath through your nose, so you have to either use the mouth or split the difference is what I teach, okay? But breathing through the nose, if you have the time, is better because it's warm and moist once it hits the vocal cords, all right? There's nothing wrong with breathing through your mouth. Just make sure you got plenty of water on hand, okay? All right, so we lift this up like a smile, and then drop the tongue in the jaw. Okay? So it's like your mouth is opening from the top and the bottom. Okay? Now you don't have, contrary to what some people say on the internet, some teachers will tell you to open your mouth so wide that you can drive a truck through it. You really don't need to do that. Okay? So I usually say 2.5 fingers. And people are like, dude, what are you talking about? And what I mean is this. About 2.5 fingers, right? It's plenty of space. I don't have it open so wide that the hinge is creating tension and adding all kinds of other garbage that we don't need. That's just going to work against us, okay? So if you imagine opening your mouth from the top and the bottom, like that, like Dracula, and you don't go round, there's a whole reason for that, but you stay like this, all right? That shape, with a lot of training and much more things that I'm not going to get into on this video, are going to lead you into better singing. Now, the tongue, if I opened up my mouth like this, I've been trained to lower the tongue, right? And get it out of the way. That's what creates a better open throat. The soft palate being raised, the tongue going down, creates that space in the back. Okay? So what happens to a lot of singers is that they'll start to go up, and on certain vowels, they'll bring the tongue up by accident and almost create what I call an NG situation, like the word hung or hungry. Okay? And that's where the back of the tongue will come up and block the throat, block the open throat, blanket the sound, reduce the volume, and change the whole tone and color. Okay, I'll give you a demonstration of what I'm talking about. Okay, so if I just sing ma or la or ah or whatever, I have it open, okay? Some people will have this happen. Ah, and they'll start to bring the tongue up. Ah, and almost, and in some extreme situations, they'll actually block that thing off and completely block the flow of air and sound. Ah, right? Now, that's pretty extreme, I know. But I challenge you to do this, okay? Now, you can use technology or whatever you want, but I was trained in the old days where we used to use a mirror. So you can see everything that you're doing correctly and incorrectly that you cannot feel, okay? So if I say la, all right, which is very la or ga. In fact, let's go with ga instead of la, all right? So I'm going to say the word ga like a baby. Ga, 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 right? Ga! Well, it's literally virtually impossible to get this wrong when you say ga. And this is the fix for the high rising tongue in G situation, okay? I'll have somebody that does this say the word ga. I'll tell them, leave this lifted, breathing through the nose. Ga! And think and shoot the resonance through the mask and out this way, all right? When we say ga, the tongue does like this. Ga. So you're going from the wrong thing to the right thing, all right? If you say la, that works too, but that's for the front. You still have to think into the back being flat, and that's great. But ga will pop the back down, or what folds up, or what wants to come up inside the and block the open throat. Ga will drop it down. Ga. Okay? Now, let me show you a little trick. Okay, I'm gonna. This is totally out of nowhere, but I recently figured out how to route Cantabile. That's probably not how you pronounce that. With voice meter and my Apollo interface, computer, microphone, everything, and so I could give you an example with some vocal effects on here just to make it fun. And I'm going to end up doing a tutorial video on how to do this because I think this will be good for a lot of singers and teachers and things. But anyway, I'm going to use this technique, this ga, okay? And I'm going to show you Here I Go Again, the high note that David Coverdale hits in Here I Go Again in the Whitesnake song, okay, from the 80s, all right? He says, here I go, but of course it's up at a F sharp 5. So he modifies that to an ah. Instead of here I go, it's here I ga, right? Okay. So I'm going to switch these effects on so you can hear this, all right, and make it sound cool. Here we go. Okay. Check, check, check. You can probably hear it. I can't. Okay. So the notes. Okay. That's how that goes. Okay. Here I go again. Okay, so go! The tongue, ga. The throat open. The lift, the soft palate, the tongue. Go! And there you have it. You turn these off. Okay. All right, so anyway, that's it. I just wanted to show you something very simple. If your tongue is rising up on you, okay? If it's rising up on you in different vowels, the E and the A are usually the culprits. Those are the ones, E, people will do that, or A, they'll do it like that too. You'd be surprised, okay? So the tongue, whether it's coming up and cutting your sound off on an NG feeling or changing from vowel to vowel, it's a huge deal. Right? It's a huge deal. So watch the mirror, make the adjustments. Ah, okay? I'll challenge you to do this, okay? Doing the ah vowel like I just did, okay, on a nice scale and I use the mirror to monitor the back of my tongue to see if it was rising up. Because you can't feel this, okay? That's why I say use the mirror. la, ga, ga. Okay? So if you see this happening, ga, then you know you've got a problem. The tongue is coming up, okay? So practice with ga and la to get the tongue down. Use a mirror to monitor that thing, all right? And always project your resonance from the mask out, okay? Roof of the mouth is the barrier and nowhere below that in HVT, all right? That's it for today's lesson video. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, again, hit the like and subscribe button, hit the bell so you can be notified of when I make new videos. And if you'd like to train with hybrid vocal technique, check out the links in the description box below. Have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this, and take care.